No, so
You can always check on the chat.
yeah.
You can always put like we're going live. We'll do about 10 minutes.
First thing the zero and see
Hey. How you doing? Before you have a chance to what is it? Anything you can think of. It's a nice
I haven't done a round up this thing, but I've done like the call up on the website. And then you can
officially. I've got a job against me.
It's the best way to do it. What are we going to do with these?
I can go.
I'm thinking to go USA, but I need to strongly in next year.
This is too sketchy.
In which country? So how to get that?
Yeah, very stuff. It's great.
And then we'll see what we can
Thank you for picking my configuration.
Yeah, I didn't go to New York either, which I think eventually I got a ticket, and then also I did flat, and I did a bunch of other stuff, and I was really
I couldn't go because of the visa. Like I tried that. Like sometimes the visa application was in November, the event was in August. So like there's no like that. Like Sigma conference, we won the tickets like 2 weeks ago. I bought the tickets like by visa appointment. So it's like waiting.
We had like
Exactly. That's
At Config, has it come out?
yes, it's out. Anyway, right now,
50% off for New York.
no, San Francisco.
San Francisco.
I was like, damn, it's so expensive. Wow, like, I'm gonna do it.
Whole place is one of some of the stages. I was looking at New York. I was there for 5 nights. It's going to be like over a grand.
Sometimes it's always like I have a friend over there. Like, I don't have any friend over there, but I'm hoping, like, I believe I've reserved the place in Booking.com for like 4 nights. It's a lot. It's a lot, but like, I'm like,
Bro, for 4 nights, you don't even really get over the jet lag. You like just get used to it and then you come up.
but like, I just have to experience it. I want to know what's like.
Yeah. It'll be so fun. It'll be so fun.
They're gonna go. Which shall we go together? I plan to buy a new lens, so I can do the lens. But once I plan to get like a Tamron 17mm to 70mm. Like it's gonna zoom in so close. It's like the price of a camera, basically.
Yeah, the lenses are more expensive than the camera sometimes. You see this? Yeah, photos, really.
It was pricey.
Is it like the lighting? It looks like a bit. You look like one of those functions or something, really.
No.
It's just like blurry. It's the light. Yeah. The light.
Do you want that one? I'll use the mic. Yeah, we can pass that around.
Shall I stay standing up or should I sit down?
I could grab a spot sort of there somewhere.
Shall I take it out now? I just wanted to make sure I had enough charge.
Yeah. Will it keep going?
Yeah, I've got like 50%.
I always say that like.
Right. 1122. Is that okay, Abdul? Excellent. Thank you, everyone. Back again. November, London, Webflow meetup. Last for the year. Our little cosy community. Great to see some regular faces, but also some new faces. So people here for the first time, thanks for coming. Hopefully your head won't get bitten off. It won't get bitten off. We're a friendly bunch. But yeah, so I'm your host this evening, Chris Skitch. I work at Design by Structure, a branding design agency just downstairs. We're live streaming. Hello, people on the live stream. And yeah, let's crack on. We're going to try and wrap up by 8 p.m. And we've got 2 excellent speakers this evening. I'll go into some details about our guest speakers in just a moment, but let's see. Yeah, here we go. So we'll start with a few announcements. My co-organiser, Jimmy, will run through a roundup of some Webflow announcements, other bits of news this month. And then we've got Davor over from Germany, who is kindly with us and will be presenting his 7-year journey from freelancer to enterprise partner. I think I've got that right. But yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out more shortly. And then we've got a presentation from Ollie, who's one of our regular participants, and I've been talking to Ollie on and off over the few months. Maybe you should come do a presentation. And this is actually a good segue. This microphone, this floor, the screen, it's yours. So if you want to come and show off a project that you've been working on, something you've built, or in Ollie's case, his topic on the operating system of life, perhaps. We'll find out more. The life of being a freelancer or a designer, or if you're in an agency, we all come from different backgrounds, and it's nice to share that story because it turns out a lot of us are in very similar situations. So that's the lineup this evening. At this point, I want to thank our sponsors, Beyond. Workspace is run by Beyond. They've got a few locations around the world. They're expanding, and it's I'll tell you a bit more about them shortly. And Designed by Structure, brand strategy, building distinctive brands. So Beyond, as well as having dedicated offices, there's hot desks over here that are available 24/7. And if you're interested, then you can pay just £99 per month for the first 3 months. So half price, basically. And that includes all these things. We've got a barista over here, Tuesday to Thursday. There's also tea, coffee, beer, air conditioning, toilets, you name it. We've got everything. Bike storage, showers. It's great. Showers come with towels. Really great. Anyway, so if you're interested, let me know. Community announcements. So if anyone's got anything coming up that they would like to mention, if you're looking for work, if you're available for work, there's an opportunity now to stick your hand up and make an announcement, not just to the people in the room, but to the live streamers at home. Any events that are coming up that people might be interested in. Any takers? There is one I can add, which is Dan Foster's Christmas drinks. I got Dan to pose, and that was nano banana. I'm not able to. We've got our own Christmas party on that night. I might be able to make it along after. I might be a bit sozzled. We'll see. But if you're interested, at a secret location. Not too secret. No, it's not far from here. But yeah, just hit up me or Dan, and but it's on the 11th of December. Everyone's more than welcome. So yeah, that's coming up. Any other announcements? No? Great. Okay. Just keep it in mind for future meetups. If there's something that you need, come along, make an announcement. Or add it to our community resources page. So Jimmy's going to mention something about this coming up, a little project to grow this. But for now, we've got an Airtable of shared community resources. If you've seen something interesting on YouTube, there's obviously all the Webflow stuff that everyone's aware of on Webflow's website, but there's other resources that people record, sets of tools, new version of Reloom, whatever it might be. Scan the QR code. You'll get a form. You can add it to this site. And in the near future, hopefully that's going to be integrated into a London Webflow community website. So something for everyone. In fact, here we go. I'll pass over to Jimmy. Actually, you got the microphone.
I've got this one. Cool. I mean, my segment is going to be very brief this time. I mean, even more brief than it normally is. But the first part is we need you guys. We're going to build a site specifically for this community so we can host new events on there, have community resources. We'll have a community list as well, so everyone who comes along regularly, you can be featured on there, get a nice little backlink, hopefully get some people to see your page. Yeah, I want it to be like a massive like representation of everyone here who's doing really great work and coming together. So if you want to be involved, let me know, because I'm going to put together a little team of like maybe 3 to 4, maybe 5 people who want to help out a little bit and all chip in so we can make something really cool. It's voluntary, so yeah, if you've got some spare time and wanna come help chip in, just send me a message and I'll be putting that together. And hopefully, keep us accountable again. We'll launch it by the January meetup because we skipped December. So hopefully we can launch something by then. You'll do it. Already got volunteers, lovely. So yeah, just send me a message and we'll put that little squad together and we're gonna build something real cool.
Quick question, Jimmy. I assume you're building it on WordPress?
Yeah, WordPress. No, Wix Enterprise for this
Wix,
one.
oh great. Jokes.
Cool. So yeah, just send me a message and we'll put that together very soon. And then the next part, the showcase. So thank you for everyone who submitted their sites today. So what we do is we'll give you a very brief 60 seconds each to talk about what you built. You're first. If you wanna jump up. Cool. Gosh, I mean, you might want to use this one.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, sorry. So I'm Absalam, and I'm a second-year student in computer science. One of the things I'm working on lately is just building products I will end up using for my friends and colleagues. So this is SyncMeet. It's a mini tool I built to help you find time for everyone. Here's a quick walkthrough. Oh, yeah. So just type your name. Yeah, get started. You could do join your existing room or get started. And yeah, just like make the time, configure the room details. So I'll say like Webflow meetup. And yep, you configure the timing. Like this is gonna be between 6 to 5 p.m., 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or right now it's like 6 and 8 p.m. So yeah, how you configure that is gonna determine what shows up here as well, the preview. You can choose a day of the week. You can, for example, we do this on Wednesday, and you create a room, and you're going to share this to everyone that's part of the Webflow meetup, for example. So you pick your busy days, your busy period. I mean, like so from 6 p.m. to 6:30, you're going to be busy. So you pick that, and you mark that's busy, and you view results. Now this is your available time. Once you share with everyone else, they pick their busy periods as well, and then you can determine like, okay, everybody's available by this time, and you pick that time. Now, this is very simple use case because I picked only one day, so it's quite silly. But if I go back, I can't go back, obviously. So if right now, you can see how many people in the room, just me, Popsy. But if you share this link with Chris or Dan or Jimmy, and they type in their name and they join an existing room, somewhere like, yeah, you type their name, there'll be a room code. Let me show you, oh, my days are. Oh, okay, I've cancelled that. But you join this room, put in the room code, and you can have other people join in and pick a time. Right now, I'm thinking of how to make it better. I shared on Twitter. A lot of people told me to make it work with Jira and other professional softwares. Like, bro, I'm a noob. What am I going to do all that?
We need a countdown timer.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you have any feedbacks, just drop in the community. I will share the link there and let me know how it could be better. So by January next year, it could be something even cooler than this. Thank you so much, and yeah.
Nice little side project there. It's looking really cool. And I believe we have 2 submissions from a certain person today. From Ben. So I'm going to give you the mic, and you get 2 minutes because you've got 2. So we'll go with the forest one first. Here we go.
Sick. Thank you. So this one is actually just thanks to Pri, who came on board to help us do this. Anybody that rides e-bikes in London knows that Forest is the best one. F-Lime. We did a quiz for them. It's like, do you have common sense? It's quite funny. Some of the answers are pretty hilarious. It's like, yeah, it's kind of a jokey take on like common sense for riding e-bikes around London. And the idea is that at the end, you get pitted into a competition to get a foldable helmet. Foldable helmet isn't as bad as it sounds. They are tested. It's a collapsible helmet you can put in your bag. Forest are actually one of MakeBuild's clients, and we came on to do some overflow work for them. So thank you, Dan. But yeah, really cool project, awesome client. Kind of not a huge one, but in terms of like fun and bucket listy for me as a Londoner, this was like top 5 things I've ever done. Even though it was just a bunch of static pictures on a page. But yeah, really good fun. Did a landing page as well. So
Did you use Formally or anything? Was it custom?
pre-wrote the whole thing custom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Vanilla JS, baby.
Cool.
Yeah. And then the second one, is we just launched this for a VC. It's quite cool. It's got some spline stuff in it. It's nice, like smooth scroll, lovely little buttons and all that jazz from Osmo. There's lots of like clever CSS going on in these as well. So exited companies for this VC show up in pink, and they have like a little extra logo that says exited. It was a bit of a technical challenge. Some of it was like, we did this with a design agency, and design agencies are, they want things pixel perfect, which is not realistic some of the time, but we worked on it, and yeah, it's come out really well. So I'll give you the links for that. You can go check it out. It's got some lovely smooth scroll. I was trying to build Barber.js into the page transitions, but anyone that's tried to do that knows that reinitializing JS after you've done a Barber transition is so hard, because it makes you want to tear your hair out, not because you have to write loads of code. But yeah, so yeah, good fun ones. Got many more coming next month. We're on a bit of a nice growth spurt at the moment.
Lovely stuff. They're both gorgeous. Really cool. Nice. Sweet. And then the final one is a very, very shameless plug, but it's actually my own. So I told people last month that I was going to launch my own portfolio site by the next one, and I eventually did, only just. So it's got some cool animations, little Easter eggs here. So yeah, a few little animations as we come through. It's just some testimonials, little animation. And then you might have seen on LinkedIn, but this is a little, if you look at my head, follows your mouse around, which was quite fun. So yeah.
Did you have to take lots of photos, or is that some clever stuff?
No, so that was actually, an AI API you can get. So there's a tool called Replicate, and if you go there, it's really cool. You can use almost any AI model through an API. So you don't have to buy a subscription. You can just use it one-off. And someone created this funny one where it creates like 12 to like 25 images of you like looking around like this based on just one photo. And then they also had some very helpful JS there that I could just kind of copy and paste once the images were hosted somewhere. So it ended up being a little bit easier than it probably should be. But yeah, I thought it was quite funny. Nice little Easter egg. Yeah, and that was that. That's it for the showcase. I think next up is Davor, right? Cool. Here's the microphone. Oh, you need this.
Just while Davor's getting set up, I did mean to mention we have some Webflow swag, not just one but 3 to give away. A bucket hat, some Webflow stickers, some cool biros, and yeah, so to win one of these, I hope you're paying attention. There's going to be a pop quiz at the end, and yeah, the first answer, correct answer, will win the prize. Whoops. How's it going, Davor?
Good.
Setting up.
Touch wood. The technology's kind of. I've jinxed it now.
Technology is very
It's
well.
It's been working the last couple. We weren't doing so well. Okay, guys, are you ready, Davor?
Yes.
Yes.
I would
Well,
say so.
yeah. Thank you very much for joining us. Over to you.
All right. Well, nice to see you all. This is a QR code for the projects I'll be presenting in this presentation, because some of them are NDA, and since we're live streaming, and maybe I'll put it up on YouTube later, it's like you can access this, others won't be able to. So basically, and it's worth it, believe me. So it ties well to the story. So if you know, it's just a PDF, so like you can also share between each other. So yeah, there you go. That's my presentation. So 7 years of freelancer. Notes to my 19-year-old self. For those who don't know me, do they see me here with the camera? Is it? Yeah. Am I on cam? Okay, that's good.
Well, there's a couple of cameras, but yeah, there's one over there.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Very good. Just making sure, just making sure. Am I loud enough as well?
Yeah.
Speaking up, okay. I will speak up. So, if you don't know me, my name is Davor Egyed. I am a freelance Webflow developer based in Germany. And I've been doing it for a couple of years now. Went through a lot of ups and downs, and today's talk is going to be really just me sharing my story. It's going to be as raw and honest as possible. I have an introduction that I will read to you. I will tell you the stories that I've experienced over the years, year by year. And at the end, I will also have an outro that I will also read to you, because I want to bring the points across well. So that's what I will do. Yeah, so I would start with the introduction. So I started my journey as a web designer and developer during COVID. In 2020, I landed my first paid client, a 90-euro website project. Only 2 years later, I became the lead Webflow developer for multiple billion-dollar companies in the Middle East. This was also when I did my first 10,000 euro months in business, and I never looked back since. Entrepreneurship, or freelancing, gave me the freedom I had long looked for. It allowed me to travel to places I never thought I would see, to meet amazing people I otherwise would have never met, and in many ways experience what life could truly offer to us. But here is the most important lesson I've got from all this. Business forces you to grow as a man. It shows where you lack skills. It teaches where you must get better. Business brutally exposes every single one of your weaknesses. And the only way to achieve your dreams is to wake up every single day and confront these weaknesses. Yes, it's painful. Growth is painful. But not achieving your goals and reaching your full potential is also painful. So you choose your pain. I invite you to look at the goals in your life and ask yourself, A, what price do I actually have to pay in order to achieve my goals? AKA, what sacrifices do I have to make? And B, am I willing to endure the pain to make my dreams become reality? Of course, you can also find comfort in the safe route. Finish school, get a job, have a company pay your salary, and the state provide for your retirement. Most of us were taught this way by school and society. I will never judge anyone for choosing this path. My parents fled from the Balkan War, and Germany gave them a better chance to win in life. I am grateful they passed the opportunity down to me. It is honorable in its own way. But when I hear people say that entrepreneurship isn't for everyone, I disagree. I believe that the spirit of entrepreneurship lies in every single one of us. We weren't made to work in jobs for others. God created us to be free, to take responsibility for our own life, and provide for ourselves and those we love independently, all through our own hard work. While 2025 was the hardest year of my career, as you will see from my presentation, it has only strengthened this belief of mine. I see entrepreneurship as a way of life, and I want to keep playing the game until the very end. Everyone can make the choice. Define what winning in life means to you. Make sure you understand the cost and sacrifice you need to make, and then work towards the life you truly want. That way you know, while you will endure hard times, it will always also be worth it. That was a short introduction I wanted to give you. And now I'm going to, tell a story in short or maybe in long. Depends how it goes. It's going to be free flow. And I won't hold back. So, if I say something, then I mean it, really. So we have 7 chapters. The the early days, which is basically me until I started with business. The beginning 2020, building the business 2021, going all in 2022. The fruits of labor, the hardships of the year, and what the next 100 years, hopefully, next 100 days may look like. And then as well, an outro, which I will also read to you. So, quick intro to myself. From my early days, I was born in 2000, so I'm 25 years old, born to Croatian parents. As you can see, I've been playing football. I've been obsessed with football and school and math and video games, and that's kind of been my life throughout my childhood and teenage years. Yeah, there's not really much to it, to be honest. I never thought about business, really. That's the key point, I guess. I finished school in 2018. I went on to study something. I don't really remember. I studied something, but yeah, the first tries of business were in 2019. That's when the first idea of, hey, maybe I could try to do something on my own came up. I tried a little bit of like drop shipping, and like I made some money, and then I didn't have any money to spend on ads anymore. So like it was just half-hearted tries basically. But there was something. So that was kind of the early days. You can see me in the bottom left actually. This is me playing the tamburica. It's like a Croatian instrument. You also see I have like long hair. I look like Luka Modric. It's nothing to do with the story. It's just, I guess it's funny. But that's me basically. But it really started during COVID. So when the lockdowns happened, I realized that I need to kind of lock in. Oh man. Yeah, I had to lock in basically. I had to actually get into doing actual work. So I started with websites. What I saw during that period of time was my siblings. They were home a lot, obviously, and so I started watching a lot of television. And I didn't like the programs they were watching, so I made like a little website where they had like some wholesome TV shows and movies they could watch, so we would watch that together. And that was my first website, actually. If you now have the link, you can actually see the free sites that I'm showing you now. It's still there today. And that was like the first website I made. I made it with like Jimdo, I think. I think it was Jimdo. But that website I did, which was not about me making money, it was just me trying to like do something good, right? My father saw that. He told a relative of mine who's a businessman. And at the time I was switching study fields, and I had to have like a 6-week period where I would like basically just work on something in the digital space. And so my father told my relative about it, who's a businessman. And I went to him and I made the website for this football club. That was the actual first bigger project. I did that in WordPress. But don't worry, I moved everything over to Webflow by now. So, but yeah, I did that. And yeah, I shared it online, and then I got my first client actually, which is the project on the right side. It's still live today, and it still sells. It's a good friend from Serbia who is selling also these gusles instruments. And I made a shop for him for 90 euro. I thought to myself, it'll take like 10 hours, so I'll charge you 90 euro basically. But that was my beginning. That was 2020 basically. And I had a couple of more projects. I started getting paid for the work. And I ended the year with 2,000 euro in income. So, I mean, progress, right? Slow, but there was progress. Obviously, there was studying and everything. So, you know, I did what I could with the capacity I had. And then 2021 was when I started, to go more deep into it. I remember joining the Future Pro group. In case maybe some of you guys know it. Christo, very, very famous. Learned a lot from him. Learned a lot in the community. Met a lot of great people. Sergey and Himanshi, till this day, very good friends of mine. Accountability partners who helped shape me and still do. And that was really the year when also, I learned a lot more through the community and through getting the feedback. Because the problem for me was I had nowhere to go, right? You guys here are in London. I mean, you can go to any place you want. You can meet up new people, just like us, just like we do today. And like the new people who are here today, they do that. But I was in a tiny village in South Germany. It's like nobody does Webflow there, right? So I kind of sat at home, and this was my way of community and of learning. Of course, there was a Webflow community on Twitter, which started popping up at the time, so that helped a lot as well. I met a lot of you guys already then. And yeah, started to get better, work better projects. I made 10K that year. I also spent all that money on courses again, so like nothing was left. But again, progress, right? Still building. And this was all next to studies still. And then 2022 was the year when I went all in. By January, I realized that I couldn't continue with my studies with university, and I had to make a choice whether I would actually do this properly or not. And I had talked with parents who obviously wanted me to, go the academic way, which they were never able to do because they didn't have the chance. They gave me the chance, but I said, hey, I have something better. I want to do this business thing, right? That's me at 22 years old, right? But I said, hey, look, if you give me 6 months, I think and I know I can make this work, and I can get to 10K a month. I can make a living of this. Like, I've been doing this for some time now. I just need to focus on this. And they said yes. They said yes to, guess, a bit of my surprise maybe, but they were very supportive, and they are to this day. And the picture you see here is actually on the left is from a coaching program that I got in. The first call, I paid 7K for that coaching program, but I had like 4K in the bank. And so I split it into monthly payments. So basically by month 4, I had to make money, right? Otherwise I would be gone, right? So basically really making sure I'm committed to this. And I knew I had to do it. So that's what I did. On the right side, that's my first portfolio website that I launched. You can see I was a bit thinner then. Also funny, like for 2 years I didn't have a portfolio. It's like ridiculous, right, if you look back. But I had a portfolio, started marketing online and stuff. And I tried my best. I kept going. And then at some point this happened. So this was August, end of August. I was already almost at the end of this coaching program, so I was running out of money. I had some projects from the US, some from the UK, nothing major. Like the biggest one I had was 1.5K. And then this came up. So this was, I remember exactly, it was at 12 noon on a random Tuesday, I think, or Monday. Basically a time where I wouldn't check the job boards. Like I would check the job boards every day in the morning and the evening. This time I just checked it randomly, and I saw this message from 5 minutes ago from a guy looking for a couple of developers, right? And I sent him a message with a couple of test projects. I've been doing animation work and like building test projects for myself so I can showcase them. I shared it with him, and we got into talks. And it was a 20-page design that I should develop in Webflow in 5 days. I was like, okay, this is a good opportunity, but how much should I charge for this, right? Basically, we go on a call, and I say, look, I think an agency is going to charge you 10 to 20K for this. A freelancer, maybe 5 to 10K. I don't know what to charge you. I want to do this, and I think I can do it. And he said, okay, let's do 10K. I was like, okay, sure, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. And well, that's how it looked like for the next couple of weeks, basically. I would darken my room, and I would just work. You can see me on the right. I was on the break of collapse, I guess. It's actually a screenshot from a video I found. It's amazing. But that's the pictures I have, and it was really, it was hard, obviously, because it was way above the capacity I had at the time. And a lot of times I was thinking, or my body was telling me to stop, to just leave it and not do it. But I knew in my mind I had to use this opportunity. I knew this opportunity came at the right time, and I had to make sure I deliver. And yeah, I mean, we delivered. We delivered. If you have the QR code, you can actually see the project. It's going to be on the next slide. That's right. Yeah, you can see on the left. That's me, actually. And I've got other projects as well. So that's actually a screenshot and a text I did back then, and I found it yesterday on my phone. Both of these. I don't make this up. It's like making 10K. The second month in a time also broke because I wasn't paid yet. I didn't get paid yet in full for everything. And the next day, not broke anymore. Yeah. Yeah. So if you check the website and the client, it was not a small client. It was like a massive jump from some local stuff to $1 billion company in the Middle East. And the details are in the PDF, which I'm not allowed to share on the video. But that was my breakthrough. I suddenly had money. I suddenly was making money, doing work. And so the first thing I did is I took my grandma and her friend to Jerusalem. That's what I always wanted to go to see Israel. I also met Sergio and his brother Diego. They went to Zadar, to Croatia, and I met them up there. And I also went to Berlin to meet my friend Leon, who has been in that program with me as well, and who was also starting to make good money. So that was the first thing I did, experiencing that freedom of being able to do these things. And yeah, I ended that year with 30K in the bank, and that was a good year. But at the end of it, that was when I became a full-time entrepreneur. So it took, from the moment I decided I wanted to do it till this moment, it took 3.5 years basically. So others may progress much faster, others may be slower. I think everybody has their own progress and clock. So don't see it as a baseline you need to reach, or if you have done better, then I'm very happy for you because you're better than me. That's good. So yeah. And then I used 2023 and 2024 to explore. On the left, you can see this was an apartment I rented for a month, like I spontaneously. Basically, I moved out and wanted to digitally nomad. So I got an apartment in Germany. I rented a car and I went to Croatia because the goal was to spend time in Croatia. I went to visit my extended family, and I also visited my great-grandma a couple of times. She lives in Croatia. I haven't seen her a lot, but I got to spend a couple of good moments with her. She got very good advice, very strong, very kind-hearted woman. She had 11 siblings and 8 children. Like if you list the family from her, it's like multiple documents, basically multiple sites, basically. So a lot of children, big family, and very hardworking, very, very big sacrifice. And I learned a lot from her. And that's the reason that I'm happy I did that, even though I was away from my family in Germany for half a year. She was 96 years old, yeah, and she died later that year. So, I got to learn a lot from her. And on the right, you can see when I went to Dubai that year, and that's my buddies that gave me that opportunity. And yeah, of course, Webflow Conf 2023. Let me see actually, who's here from back then? Let's see, there you go, Ben. Yeah, you're there. Are you actually on that picture? I'm not sure. Yeah, you should be there. I've got I've got one with you as well there. But yeah, that was.
I'm behind Ivor SEO.
Like here, right?
Yeah, somewhere over there.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, maybe I'll find the picture later. But yeah, that was the first time I met up with the Webflow community. Rahul, you're there. There you go. I see you. Yeah, London Webflow Conf, also the Jungle Jam with FinSuite, Joe Krug, saw Vlad as well. Mohammed, I don't think he's there tonight, but yeah, it was amazing. Oh, there you go. There you go, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. There you go. See, first meeting. That was 2023. So again, another thing is like you meet a lot of people that you otherwise wouldn't have because of this journey that you take on. And I also went to Saudi Arabia and explored a little bit of the historic region of Sinai and Split Rock. So that was me going there for, I think I spent 6K on that. And I went with an American tour group of 6 people, and then me basically somewhere in the desert. But it was quite spectacular. I mean, if you look at the stone on the left, I mean, it's a massive stone. It's crazy. Split in half, you know, water come out. Thank you. Yeah, then 2024. What's that?
Is it rock or rocks?
I mean, that's a rock, you know.
Yeah, big rock.
It's a big rock. It's like 30 meters big. It's crazy. And yeah, 2024, of course, Webflow Conf, and then meeting Chris Doe, having a one-on-one conversation with him. That's also on my YouTube. So that's been the years where I could do these things because I went through those hardships before, and I'm very glad about it. I think all those experiences, you know, if you can take them and learn from them, you know, there's no regret, basically. You do these things and you're very happy you experience it. And then came 2025. So at the beginning of the year, the end of last year, and the beginning of the year, my father got very sick. He landed in the hospital. He was not sure for a couple of days whether he would live. And also a very good friend of mine also got into very, very bad disease where it wasn't sure if he's gonna make it. They both made it, but these experiments or these experiences made me question a lot of things. To be honest, everything. I questioned myself how I was taking care of the people that I love, that I care about, if I was doing enough. At the same time, I had this project, basically, the biggest project at the time, for a very, very big company. You can check it out now, actually. I cannot say the name, but it's basically I developed the site for them to present at the World Economic Forum. So it's a big client. At the same time as that thing launched, I wasn't paid for anything. A lot of client payments got delayed, and I was virtually broke at the moment. That was the beginning of the year. So me launching the biggest project at the time in my career, and nothing to show for it. Plus the private things that were obviously way more heavy for me. And so I realized that I had to change things. I had to grow. I had to grow again. When I got that project in 2022, that's a Middle Eastern client, I started focusing on the Middle East and doing development mainly for them. It was good because you could have a few clients through who you would work with all the governments and big entities and so on, but you would be reliant on them. The payments would be late, but you would get them, and they would pay good, but at some point it bite me back. And so that's when I had to change my approach. So basically the whole year has been about rebuilding a new pipeline. It's been about moving away from the Middle East, starting to work more with local clients again, German clients, people from the UK, of course, from the US. And it took a long time because obviously I was more or less gone, right? I was meeting you guys and, you know, posting a little bit on socials, but like I wasn't never trying to get clients here, right? So that took the whole year, and it was a hard phase. It still goes on, although now it's very busy and there's a lot of flow, and that's good. But yeah, I think what's good is that I looked through my pictures yesterday, and I realized how many great moments there were this year as well. And I think that is what I want to keep from this year, the good moments and the growth that came from it. And yeah, I remember 1 month ago, suddenly, within 48 hours, 5 projects. Suddenly you're back on track. It's like, it happens in a moment sometimes. Like, you are not supposed to have those projects. You're not supposed to have those opportunities if you're not ready for them in the moment. Like, that's what I've experienced. The moment you are mentally ready for them, you will get the opportunity. And then you have to deliver. And right now I'm trying to deliver. And I'm growing over my capacity. And it will take some time, but I hope that in the next couple of months I will get to that level that I want to get to. And that's going to be the next 100 days. That's what I call it as the last chapter. For me, it's adapting to a new standard. The way we worked in the UAE was way different from the UK and the US, so I'm learning a lot here, really a lot. I used to only use client first, the framework. Now I have to learn the other frameworks, a bit more. I realized that you guys all use components, which we didn't do there, So it's like, I learned shit that you've learned the last years, and I need to catch up. But that's what we do. We keep growing, we keep learning, we keep going. And by March 2026, it will be 7 years of Freelancer, hopefully in a very good position. I'm very positive it's going to be a very, very good position by then. And yeah, that's been the 7 years, basically. Do you have anything specific? You can also ask later. It's fine. Any questions? Oh, do you have a question? Yeah? Sure.
Do you still have a coach?
Quick one, sorry. Yeah.
Do you still have a coach nowadays?
If I still have a coach?
Yeah.
Not like I used to. Like back then I would have like individual coaches or like the coaching program. Now it's more indirect mentors, I would say. I try to learn from people who are ahead.
Just on the coaching thing, was,
Yeah.
was that 7,000 you spent on it? Do you look back and think that was well spent?
Absolutely. Basically, they made me commit to a plan.
Yeah.
And I got to 10K a month, so like that was well spent, of course.
Do you think if they'd only charged 700, that wouldn't have been the outcome? That part of the financial commitment is
100%.
Yeah, interesting.
The financial commitment was the reason it worked.
And then the content as well would have helped.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I followed the plan, right? It's like build your portfolio, position yourself, market, and you have to do it over a course of 6 months, right? Or even longer. You can't expect the results of getting clients in a week. So, yeah, definitely. But I try to learn from everybody. I can learn from everybody. I see that now, and that's a good thing. Yeah. So, how long have you been going? This was long.
Yeah, we need to wrap up shortly.
Oh my
It's
days,
nearly
I'm
half an
so
hour.
sorry. Yeah, I've been telling a lot of stories. Has it been good?
Yes. Oh,
Okay,
really
good. That's good to hear. Well then, 4 lessons for the end for my 19-year-old self. Basically, just start, build stuff, and help without expectation. If you're starting out, don't look for the money. Look for growth. Look to help people. Just like you saw with my first year, helping my siblings. Then it gets to me helping my relative, and then suddenly you get paid project because you learn as you build. Join communities, make friends, help each other win. You're already doing it since you're here, so it helps a lot. It's a good thing. Commit. So committing means if you really, really want to do it, if you really, really want to be a freelancer, if you're now starting out, or if you really want to build this agency, commit, Eliminate the alternatives. I didn't have the alternative and I didn't want it. I didn't want the plan B. I knew I will make the plan A work. And then you will go beyond what you think you're capable. And then once you have the freedom, use it. Experience, travel, meet new people, be open for new thoughts, new ideas. Don't be closed, don't be stubborn. I'm a very stubborn person. I'm opening up slowly. It's working slowly. And that is thanks to, going through all the cultures and seeing all of you guys and, hearing from you. Listen. To listen is really good. Yeah. That's the 4 key things. And then I would like to go with a short, maybe not so short outro. Let me see. It's like 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes is
We
fine.
got it. Yeah, we got it. All right. Okay. I'm just reading through this. I'm like, okay, that's very personal.
Wow.
But I don't care. The message will go out. I will see it in a couple of years and say thank you. So, the outro message. When I turned 16, I started asking questions. Questions about life and why we exist on this planet. When you are younger, you don't think about it. You live your life and enjoy what you got. But over the years, it became more difficult for me. I had troubles keeping up with my motivation for perfect grades in school. I felt excluded in my class. And after 10 years of playing together, I had to move on from my local football team and friends. I've always been okay with spending time alone, whether it was winning math competitions, beating the best players on FIFA, or my hunger for endurance sports. My 10,000 hours were spent towards becoming the best at whatever I did. Competing and winning was my obsession. Hard work is good, and I've always committed 100% to what I do. But deep down, I realized at that age, 16, 17, that the sole achievement in itself does not fulfill a man. So I had to look for deeper meaning. I've been raised in a traditional Catholic household. It was less about going to church or fulfilling rituals. My family focused on passing good values down to me, being kind, respectful, standing up for others, doing the right things. But in the young, naive pursuit for an answer to why, I questioned these things. I would argue that me having a very analytical brain, I went straight to the foundation. Does God exist? If there are good and bad values, it means we must assume there's a creator. So where's the proof? I took an extra curriculum for religion in school. The materials I learned from were telling stories, church history, rituals, but it didn't answer my question. In hindsight, the search was not deep enough, but with the information I had, I took a nihilist stance, accepting that there is no God, that there are no rules, that nothing has meaning, and that we can do with life whatever we want without consequences. The decision seemed logical to me, but it led me into a dark path of decline. I won't mention the drugs and addictions that manifested during that period. It's long ago and I barely remember my life back then. All I know is that it was dull and a whole lot of meaningless. Nothingness. And March 2019 was a turning point. From my father, I have stumbled across potential evidence that God indeed does exist. One man, through his presentations from the 90s, explained his change from atheism to recognizing God's existence, all through science. My search to find my personal truth took multiple months. Step by step, I uncovered more and more proof across all areas. Geology, archaeology, history, the evidence mounted. For anyone who knows me, I'm a very stubborn man. I don't change my opinion lightly, especially when it comes to such a big question. I will read it as I wrote it, because that's how I mean it. However, when I discovered the evidence for Mount Sinai, the place where Moses received the 10 Commandments 3,500 years ago, the very foundation of the Bible, I was shocked. The Exodus, where God miraculously led the Israelites out of Egypt, as the largest supernatural event in history, showed to have actual physical proof lying in today's Saudi Arabia. And it only fell short of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, the most well-documented event of ancient history that started a movement reaching billions of people today. I wrestled for days and weeks, but I could not deny God anymore. For the record, this is not me telling you to believe in God or follow any religion. I'm not part of any church. I live my faith in private, and I don't let anybody tell you what you should believe on what right or wrong is. Indeed, you should find out yourself. If you care to know the answer, take the scientific approach. Research yourself, compare arguments from all sides, and make your informed decision. As famous Professor Anthony Flew once said, Follow the evidence wherever it may lead you to. I'm opening up about this and telling you this story for one reason only. For me personally, knowing that a creator exists, someone who loves us, is interested in us, and wants us to be happy, is likely the reason why I'm still alive today. And it is the core reason why I became an entrepreneur. I wanted to become what he intended for each one of us to be like, free and happy. COVID made me want to escape. My fuel was fear. It works to a certain point, but fear only pushes you so far until you're comfortable again. The truth is, I have been comfortable up until the beginning of this year. I'm now working to fix the leaks I ignored in my business and personal growth for years. And as long as I keep showing up and working hard every day, I believe everything will stabilize very soon. By then, it will be 7 years of Freelancer. Just a few last sentences. We're almost there. What may the next 7 years look like? Remember, in the beginning, we talked about setting goals and knowing what or who you work hard for. So here's my new perspective on this. I never had a girlfriend. I never dated or asked anyone out. I was always too shy about it, up until 5 weeks ago. During this brief but very real relationship, I have learned more about life than the past years combined. And one particular moment stands out. When she laid her head on my shoulder, I understood. I thought I knew what love was, but now for the first time in my life, I actually felt it with my heart. Once you find someone you would go to war with, this is when you become a man. And for such a man, nothing is too hard. His hard work, sacrifice, and love becomes his purpose. So fear will only get you so far, but true love will push you further than anything else. So use it to become the person you're destined to be. Thank you.
Oh, Davor, that was incredible. Bring it in. Oh,
Thanks.
that was so, I mean, a deeply personal story, and I really appreciated, and a lot to, thank you. All I can say, we learnt, so many honest, and and perfect as well, because this is our Christmas meetup, and we touched on some of the Christmas origin stories. You've been there, seen there.
Absolutely.
Taking the photos of the splitting rock and everything. It's going to be tough to pick some quiz questions from that, but I've got a few coming up to win the prize. But I'm not sure. We probably don't have time for questions. We're going to move on to...
Can ask later as well.
Yeah, but you're coming to the pub?
Of course.
Yeah. So
I won't be drinking, but I will be there.
Yeah, excellent.
Question is, which pub are we
That's
Yeah,
right.
that can be one.
You pick.
Ollie, do you want to plug in?
All right.
We can just pull that one out.
Thank you very much. Oh, you got it now.
And just while Ollie's setting up, does anyone have any announcements that they didn't get out earlier?
Are you good?
No, don't forget about the website request from.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, we've got a dongle. Where's our dongle? Hang on 1 second.
Yes, that's good to hear.
USB-C to HDMI.
It's a little. One might be in here.
There is a specific dongle for it. Oh, hang on, there we go. USB-C?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Microphone. Yeah, thanks, Davor.
Okay. Right. Now I've just got to figure out.
Oh, yeah. You ready? Ladies and
no,
gentlemen.
not quite yet. This is the first time I'm presenting on Figma slides, so I'm trying to figure out how to get it to present without everybody seeing my notes. If anybody wants to take it.
Is this
Command P. Is that going to do it? Or is everybody going to see my notes? Well.
any Figma experts? Is it Windows?
Not make it mirror the display.
Yeah, how do we do that?
Okay, go to your desktop and then right click the desktop. Can you get to the desktop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you looking?
Here,
Maybe down here. And like the
I don't do much presenting.
yeah, hang
try
on.
the little tray.
This one here.
Yeah.
And then
Space.
Oh,
space
okay,
on it,
cool.
so there we
That's
go.
all.
And then instead of duplicate,
Yeah.
you want to extend and keep settings.
Changes.
Now the trick here is going to be whether it goes to the right screen or not. So let's see. And try 0% option.
Yeah, but no, that's not coming up.
We need a Figma expert. I'm no good at Figma. Do you know Figma?
You need the one tab that's like full screen.
Why is that not doing that now? I wonder if I'll just get the.
Do you have the full Figma app on there?
Yeah. I'll just quickly log in.
We're just trying to. Yeah, I don't know. This is the. It keeps disappearing. Is that?
You're trying to share it? Or?
Yeah. Can we get that to stay?
Why is it not there? Oh, it's not even. This is not even a fix.
Yeah, it's just the browser.
It's not even clicking up now, is it?
Yes.
How many?
You go to fix it?
You have to.
It's not even.
Oh, has it gone off? The camera gone off, or is it all right? Okay. It's my. Yeah, it's my one of my kids.
I'm on back first.
Can you open this one like on the
I don't know why it's not even doing that now.
because like you need to click here. So basically,
Well, can we just?
you need to click on this one.
Oh right, okay, now
Yeah.
it's
Oh, no,
up.
that's
Do you
it.
have-
Okay,
It's
cool.
it, it's it.
And you
Right.
present.
Something's
Let me
happening.
do that.
Ladies to the rescue. Tech support. So great. I think it's. Are we under? Is it working?
Ollie, have you tried turning it off?
Try to help you. I'm on Windows. I'm on Windows. Do you want me to help you? You need to go to screens and check where is the second screen. It's settings. So your second screen, click identify. So this is first.
Ah,
this
so
is
that's screen
second.
2. So I need to go over
Move it
here.
But because using Figma, you need to have two.
It is pretty simple.
One duplicate. So take this tab and move it to the right.
Oh yeah, guys. I should have mentioned if you want to grab a
Move it to the
snack,
right.
there's some muffins over there.
Oh,
So here you need to launch.
And the beer taps?
Here you need to launch. with
there we
mouse.
go.
You should have to
Okay.
click twice because this is for there with no.
I'm going to get a beer too.
Right. Well, I hope that shifts along then.
But you need to click into
I can talk to the live streamers.
click there, click here.
Oh, have I got a clicker for this as well?
And then this one.
It could be an OnlyFans type thing.
Yeah.
Move your mouse to
If
the
you're into
right,
fluffy
click
microphones.
Oh.
there. Like next slide. No arrow there. No arrow there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Unless
Okay.
you note, that's the only way.
Oh man, that's more complicated than I thought it would be. Yeah, we got it in the
Got
end.
it? That's teamwork, guys. Thank you so much. That coming together, that was a good
Teamwork.
building exercise.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I don't do much presenting on slides. I won't lie.
But yeah, take it away, Ollie. Round of
Let
applause for everybody.
is-
Hey.
Too many. So yeah, thank you, Davor, for that. That was a really good story. I'm hoping this is going to be a nice follow-up to it as well. We spoke a little bit about setting goals and how to actually kind of follow through with that and how it will better your life. I'd also like to take a sec to thank the whole team here that puts this on. So Chris, Abdul, Anthony, Jimmy as well, because this is a really great event. I really enjoy it. Rowan as well, yeah. And this is quite a full circle for me, moment for me actually, because my first Webflow meetup was November last year. So kind of presenting today, it's a nice moment, 12 months ahead, to actually be up here. And I feel like this is a kind of good talk for this room because everybody in here is ambitious, whether you're self-employed, agency owner, or employed just in this group or in this industry. The fact that you're kind of here tonight just proves how you probably have like a bit of a fire burning inside you and you are ambitious. So I'm hoping that what I kind of go through tonight resonates with you and you can take something away and maybe implement it in your life or business. So essentially, we're going to be talking about how to make the decision and then how to actually put it in place and take action on it. But first, there we go. A little bit about me. So I'm Ollie. I am from Lincolnshire on the East Coast, a land born from Viking raiders, farming, and where is it? Skeg, Vegas. There it is. Woo! I enjoy skiing, climbing mountains. I try to see as much live music as possible, which is a massive range of genres. And I also like to inspect the beer taps from around the world to make sure they're all kept in pristine condition. I now live in Milton Keynes, which is where I spend most of my days working with my dog, Odin, on the top left. And there's me and him pictured down at the bottom at a wedding. He is my little Shih Tzu and my little, best friend. We do a lot together. And what do I actually do? So I'm probably stood up here just talking through all of this now, and you're probably thinking, what does this guy even do? I started my freelance journey as a web designer. I didn't do any Webflow development to begin with, but before long, I kind of discovered it. And probably, I imagine, the same as with a lot of people when they discovered it, they just kind of became completely obsessed with it. And since then, I've been Webflow only. I do still have a couple of clients on WordPress, which I'm in the process of shipping over. But now I've actually kind of got to a point where I run a small team. There's only 3 of us, but we kind of operate as a white label agency support partner. And we do brand design, web design, and Webflow development. For me, and actually kind of like what Davor was saying, the exact same reasons. I started my journey on freelancing and as a business to kind of get to that life that I wanted to live, which is a true sort of privilege to have that freedom. However, that is the reward, and I feel like a lot of the time it is kind of sold to you that you can just go out and do this and you're going to live the life that you want to live. But there's a lot of trials and tribulations along the way, and it really is the reward. And there's a lot of ambition, we're kind of talking about today, planning and execution to actually make that work. So, hang on, I am on here as well. Let me just catch up quickly. Very unprofessional, I know. So, what's the problem? So I'm going to kind of run through a few problems that you might encounter yourself. First one is, do you set and forget your goals? So why do we let our goals slide? Do you lose motivation? So we might set a goal, forget about it, and then we lose motivation because we haven't actually taken action on it. Is it procrastination? Do you get distracted easily? Do you ever feel out of control? So I've sometimes found in my life and business where I have not been on the front foot enough, and it can kind of feel like you get into a reactive sort of rhythm with things. You feel on the back foot and you feel a little bit out of control. So in the last sort of 12 months, I have been figuring out the best way for me. And I know that everybody might already have their own ways of setting goals and going for it. But this is kind of what's worked for me in the last 12 months, and that's what I'm going to be talking through today. And it is about being able to pursue what we actually set ourselves with minimal thought and time. And the first step of doing that is defining your vision. So I recently had a phone call with my accountant, and she asked me, what's my 3, 5, and 10-year plan? And the call went quiet. And I was like, what? I'm supposed to think that far ahead? And she was like, well, you know, a lot of businesses plan. And I think that this works really well for established businesses. People that have been doing it for a while, they've got numbers to go off and they can kind of project. But when you're like a small new business or a one-man band, this is just out of the question to even think that far ahead and actually plan it effectively. So I kind of reframe this as a vision. I think people refer to this as a North Star or the bigger picture. So I'll kind of be jumping between those phrases throughout this. But this is what I'm talking about. Is part one is the vision. And the reality is that most people aren't stuck. They just lack the direction. So when I finally kind of realized this, I stripped all of my goals back. I didn't worry about hitting numbers or putting numbers in in sort of a box for 3 or 5 years' time. I just stripped it all back, no fluff, no BS, just super simple, and I kept it really true to myself. So let's move on to there. There we go. That is exactly what I did, and I'm just going to run through a few examples. So without a North Star, every decision feels overwhelming. And the key to setting this North Star is to not overthink it. Like I was saying, you can put numbers in there, but I think it's best when you just keep it as simple as possible. Deep down in your gut, you kind of know where you want to be, you know the life that you want to have. So just get that and then run with it. And so I've put a few in here. So the example could be to learn a new skill, to build on an existing one, to become a specialist in your area. So then you can change careers, change paths, or charge higher prices to clients. And that kind of actually also goes back to what Davor was saying when he paid for the coaching course. And that was an investment into yourself to gain that knowledge, make yourself able to be hired by higher ticket clients. So that is an exact sort of example of what we're talking about here. Become a thought leader might be maybe the next phase where you know that you need to show up more online in the right spaces where your clients are actually looking. So how can you do that? It seems like a bit of a crazy goal at first, but when we start to break it down, you'll see how that kind of plays out. And then the last one, it might be that you want to build a sustainable business. And by sustainable business, I mean something that runs when you're not there as well. So you can actually kind of take some time off, not take too much of a hit on income. Being self-employed, there's a lot of dependency on your time. And it doesn't all fall apart when you're away, which I imagine is something that a lot of business owners struggle with. So these are all very different visions, yet they're very appropriate for the person who's setting them. Once you've done that, stop. Don't over-engineer it. I think that we've all kind of got a tendency to set a goal and then get really nitty-gritty into it and try and put these weekly targets in all the way to the end of the year. However, the reality is that plans change, and you'll end up wasting a lot of time and effort on these sort of extra steps when you could, in actual fact, just kind of get the vision straight, know that that's there, and then sort of develop something that works in tandem with it. So keeping this simple is the main one here. Part two, decisions are expensive. They're expensive and exhausting. Essentially, the opportunity costs that you could sort of take on by not making a decision or pondering on a decision for too long, the opportunity will be there and it will go. And it's something, not really something that you notice or take into account, but the costs are there. Unlike many would like to believe, the perfect choice doesn't really exist. So that's why you just need to make a choice and move on. With that in mind, it's quite a sultry raptor, isn't it? I had to put this one in there because I just love dinosaurs. But this is where your vision comes in. So that guiding North Star, the bigger picture. It acts as your frame of reference, and it's a filter that you can use to help identify the right decision at that moment of time. Without doubt, when you're presented with two options or multiple options, and the choice is tough, which one you think is right or wrong for your brand, business, or for yourself, when you have that kind of frame of reference, you can quickly decide which one's going to contribute to your goals more, making the decision making less of a game of guessing and more of one of subtraction. And then we get to part 3, which is the execution window. And it's 90 days for a reason. This is just what I found has worked really well for me. 90 days, it's basically a quarter of a year. But the main thing why I think this works really well is that it's so close, you can almost taste it. 90 days is literally around the corner when you think about it. Like, you can imagine who you want to be in 90 days' time. You've probably already got plans in life. You might be going to a wedding in 90 days' time. So if you can plan in your personal life for 90 days' time, then without a doubt, you can do that with your business as well. And you can put some really solid goals that don't seem too far out of reach. So I've kind of put a note here that is anything longer is just dreams. It feels out of reach, and you can kick it down the road until it's at a better time to do it. But anything shorter is just chaos. It's enough time to make real progress and short enough to stay adaptable. For me, I'm just going to share one of my current milestones, which is in my 90-day execution plan, which is to secure and solidify 2 new agency partnerships with, I'm not going to disclose who, but Agency A and Agency B. Okay then. But just like the vision, I keep this really simple. I don't over-engineer it, sorry. But achieving this really plays into my long-term goals. It's measurable, as I've stated, how many and who I'm targeting. Plus there's urgency and clarity around it. It's only 3 months away, which means that there's pressure on it. I can't afford to be complacent with it. I can't kick it down the road like you could maybe a 12-month plan. So I need that pressure and I need that clarity to do it. I think with a lot of people, we probably like to think that we work better with the carrot, but I don't know, you can correct me on this, but I feel like I work a little bit better with the stick when there's a little bit of pressure on the back end of it. Obviously the carrot's awesome, but I don't mind a little stick to get me going. But yeah, the reality is that in 90 days, I know this is achievable, and it really breaks down the whole longer term goals. And ultimately, it gives every decision in the next 90 days, it gives it weight. And like I said, going back to what we talked about earlier, it makes decision not a guessing game. It makes it a game of subtraction, which just makes it that much easier and faster to make a decision and then move with it. Really important. Which is to stop, reflect, adapt, and then move. Now, I know that we're all extremely busy, and to some people, maybe taking a whole day might seem really extreme, but this is what I do. Every month, because it's the calendar, I reflect on what I've achieved, what I've missed out on, and what I could have done differently. I then apply that to my goals and looking at my 90-day execution plan. I don't necessarily change the goal. I might shift the goalposts slightly, but really it's just realigning with what's possible. Sometimes we might over or underestimate what we're actually able to do. So this is your chance to kind of reflect, adjust, and then make a decision and move. There we go. I'm getting a bit confused with the 2 screens. Nice. So what this might look like, and I'm going to tie this back to the example that we spoke about with the thought leadership, because that's a bit of a tough one. I think when presented with that goal, people are thinking, how the hell am I going to do that? So here's how you might break it down. So every month your goals could be to post every other day for the whole month. It could be to send 600 connection requests. So it's simple, it's measurable, and it's achievable. And then when the month comes to an end and it's your chance to stop and reflect, then you can actually look at where you went wrong or what you did well at. So did you fall short on your connection requests one month? Reflect. Why did that happen? Adapt. What can you do to prevent that from happening again? And then move. Put that adjustment in place and then crack on with it. Which leads us smoothly onto our daily actions, which is the last part of this sort of process. And the reality is that it is in your hands every single day. You don't need 20 habits like a lot of productivity bros out there might tell you that you need. A 20 habit morning routine mastered, taking ice baths at 5 a.m. to reignite your whatever it is. But we just keep it simple. Again, keep it extremely simple. And this is what really holds it all together, is picking 1 or 2 keystone habits. And this is a really boring slide, but there is a really important piece of information up there, because if you didn't know, the keystone in an archway is what holds it all together. So that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to call them keystone habits, and it's just something really simple. So I normally pick 1 or 2 just real basic habits that contribute to the goal. And just like an archway, it keeps it all together. I'm realistic with how much time I invest with this, and I'm sure we would all love to spend hours a day working on our personal progression, but the reality is that we have client work, we have to do admin, we have to log on to company's house and do HMRC. Boo. And there is really, there's only a certain amount of time and energy that we all have every single day, and we've still got to balance that outside of work as well, with our personal lives and family and relationships. So just be real with yourself and don't be too harsh. Yeah, I've got like 3 more slides. Sweet. Cool. Right, we'll rush through this then. So here are some examples of some keystone habits you could implement. I've gone for 1 hour a day on business growth actions, 30 minutes a day learning a new skill, 15 minutes every morning whilst I drink my first coffee. I will write my unfiltered thoughts into an open Word document. 5, I will outreach to 5 potential ICPs a day until I'm comfortable with my pipeline. 20 connection requests a day to grow my network. And that is distracting. At surface level, these look, you're thinking that's not going to move the needle. However, when you look at it over that 90-day execution period, that is 90 hours on your business, 2,700 minutes of learning, 100 pages of writing through which you could draw all your content from, 450 prospects outreach to, and 1,800 connection requests sent. So if you know your conversion rates on things like that, you can then start to plan a bit more effectively. But the key thing is that these are small habits every single day that compound over time. My pro tip is to just do it first thing in the morning, get it checked off, then you rest easy for the rest of the day. You kind of got to fill your own cup first before you can fill others. And then, why does this work? Just a very quick recap. Ambition needs structure. Decisions need a filter, a direction. Progress needs momentum, and these daily actions create motivation, which fuels the whole flywheel. Thank you. That is where I will wrap it up.
Hey. Very good, Ollie.
Thank you very much. I'm so sorry about the music. It's controlled for the whole building, and we can't just press pause and stop.
Trying to kick us out.
I'll have a word to them next time. But
no, that's my fault for not knowing Figma slides well enough to present fast.
No, that was very good. We're out of time for questions. For questions for Ollie, I'm still going to do my pop quiz to wrap up, and then we need to start packing up and stuff. But so some giveaways with our musical soundtrack. This is maybe an easy one. Davor, what year was he born? Hey, who was first? Can I throw it? I need like a cannon to launch it. I'll try not to cause. There we go. Nice one. Okay. Next question. Okay, this is a multiple choice. When planning under Ollie's operating system, should you plan ahead 12 months? That's A, or B, 30 days, or C, 90 days? Here we go.
90.
Okay. Right, and I think Ben might get this question correct. Which pub are we going to? Hey. There we go. Amazing. So if you'd like to win, we can head. There we go. Yeah, Davor should. So yeah, come along again, and you might have a chance of winning a amazing Webflow bucket hat. Now we're having a break in December. We've got the Dan's Christmas party on the 11th of December. It's the community Christmas party. Yes, yeah, Dan was the action maker. And if you're on the live stream, you want to come, then send us a message and we'll let you know where the secret location is. But that's it for 2025. We'll be back in January. I'll let you know the date. It's going to be on a Wednesday towards the end of January. So thanks for coming, everyone.